By now you should have heard of the OnePlus 2. It's a successor to the OnePlus 1 that was arguably the best Android phone of 2014. And the OnePlus 2 looks to carry most of that over with a few improvements. This phone is still dubbed the flagship killer, and for good reason, because if you're looking to buy the best Android phone, this one shouldn't be too far down the list. From just the initial impressions you get when picking up this phone, you can tell it's a very premium phone. Just like the OnePlus 1, OnePlus went with the same sandstone back cover that's this very unique texture and feel to it, but this time around OnePlus decided to go with all metal around the phone, making it feel way better and add some weight to it, making it feel very sturdy. On the hardware side, this phone comes with a 64-bit Snapdragon 810 chip, the Adreno 430 GPU, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of storage, a 3300 mAh non-removable battery, an always-on fingerprint sensor, a 13 megapixels camera with laser autofocus and auto image stabilization, an alert slider, all wrapped in a bright 5.5-inch 1080p LCD display. So yeah, when it comes to spec, the OnePlus 2 isn't a slouch. But quite interestingly, with the time I've spent with this phone, I wasn't that impressed, and I have a full review coming out soon on why. On the inside, it's running Oxygen OS 2.0 on stock Android Lollipop, and even though it's a buttery smooth experience with no hiccups, I still don't see the significant advantage of 4GB of RAM opposing the 2, but I ain't even mad at that. The display is nice and bright with a pixel resolution of 401 pixels per inch, flanked on the right side with the volume buttons and power buttons, which I find myself hitting the down volume for when I want to hit the power a lot, but thankfully the touch gestures make a return with double tap to wake, double tap for standby, draw a V on the screen for the torch, and 2-finger swipe for music. On the left side, it comes with an alert slider that really comes in handy when you have to turn on and off different notifications throughout the day. On the bottom of the screen is a fingerprint scanner that's always active, and flanking that are 2 capacitive backlift buttons that can be customized and reprogrammed to do certain functions that you want. And to the bottom of that is a USB Type-C port that really got me unsure about it, but I'm glad to see that there anyway. But what was a letdown was the speaker grills on this. They're at the bottom and there's 2 slots, but only one is actually a speaker. Real deceptive OnePlus. But what is a huge highlight of this phone is the 13 megapixel camera with laser autofocus and an f2.0 aperture. It's great at low light photography, colors are accurate and they are very detailed. Overall, this phone comes at a very good package, but at the same time it's not really a flagship killer when you compare it to the flagships that are starting to roll out. When using this phone, you start to notice all the features that the OnePlus 2 is lacking, like wireless charging, quick charging, and no NFC. And not to mention, this time around, you don't get CyanogenMod straight out the box, which was one of the biggest selling points of the OnePlus 1. But one of the things that does keep this phone very competitive is the price. Coming in at only $386 is still a very solid deal if you're on a budget. So now all we gotta do is see how this phone stacks up against all the other phones that are coming out this year and for the new year. So stay tuned for the full review and a few comparison videos to see if this phone is actually worth it or was it just all hype. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit that red button below. Keeps you notified as soon as I'm active. And as always, tech is life.